Yes, so basically what happened was I was wearing something very skimpy, and of course the clothing um, was too revealing. So I grabbed a blanket covering my body and stuff. And once I got to the kitchen where the fire was, I noticed that, um, well, FYI, I know it's something that a lot of people do whenever there's a fire. We tend to want to use water when, especially if it's a grease fire, but that's a no-no. And to be honest, that's what I would have done. I didn't even think of it. My son said, "No, mom, you can't use water." So the only thing I had that was conducive at the time was to grab the only thing that was feasible, my blanket that I had covering my semi-nakedness, and I start beating it on the appliances and trying to get the fire out. So of course, with a lot of beating, we kind of got some of it out. But the only problem was the air fryer that was blazing like a torch. Basically, it was still just
It wasn't the air fryer that was on fire. Michelle always tells that part of the story and forgets to add
no.
that.
Before that, it's a frying pan that started a
Yeah,
fire.
but it spread. It spread to
Yeah.
other things around it, meaning the microwave,
Yeah.
my air fryer. Unfortunately, I just bought that a month ago. That was sitting right beside the stove, and
Yeah.
nobody took into consideration that. And then that was like burning way out of control. That thing was
Yes.
on fire. That's what was causing most of the smoke because the plastic was just melting everywhere, and that's what was filling the air.
Yeah.
The microwave too.
So of course the air fryer, which is what I was trying to explain, trying to create a picture, paint a picture of how it was blazing, is that it was as though it was a torch it because it was a standalone thing, and now that the microwave is more fixed because it was sitting over the stove, and the only thing that I could do at the time was just try to get rid of the air fryer. So I literally had to grab it, even though it was, I would say, 25% or 30% burnt, and with the flame. So my hair was up in a bun, the thing, and I grabbed it, and I was trying to get it through the back door, and the back door is like a glass door, so it was quite a challenge to open the glass door and then throw it out there. So I was having that difficulty. So I don't know how I did it, but I managed to get the door open, and then I threw the air fryer outside. And I know outside was a little moist because I'm sure it was raining earlier,
It was.
and the air fryer refused to stop burning. It burned until it's unrecognizable right now. So it's one of those things where, I look back and I said to myself, that was a good decision, even though there's evidence of,
You've already showed.
the residue from that. But I rather this than the whole house burned down, because like I said, my mom was upstairs. That was a situation with regards to that. So yeah, it was quite a challenge, but the good thing is we're here alive to tell the tale. My earlobe got burnt a little bit, and even though my hair was up, part of it got burnt a little bit, but the good thing is, my face is still intact.
Yay.
Otherwise, there would have been a catastrophe. You might have seen me wearing, I don't know, like a face covering, to try to.
You wouldn't have saw me.
First of all,
I would already move back to Hamilton.
yes, that's what he says now, but that's not how he is. He's
Yeah,
very,
it
he's
is.
very, he's very.
As you can see, I'm
caring.
intact. See, all about me.
Yeah, he's a very caring person, and he has been there, and even while we were going through the fire, or the smoky house.
It wasn't quick. There wasn't much to do. But I mean, I didn't even have a chance. Michelle and her son were the ones who basically put everything under contained. I didn't have literally a chance to even respond to anything because I wasn't even dressed.
No, we
by
were
the time.
trying to get the stove, because remember the stove was still on, and we didn't.
Well, I
we
came
couldn't-
down for that, but I mean,
Yeah.
they pretty much got everything out because by the time I came downstairs, her son had already. Because I originally had thought, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but when we originally were awoken, we thought there was I assumed there was some sort of fist fight going on between the boys downstairs, because it wasn't there was like mad chaos, and they were like bang, clash, bang, crash, crash. I hear everyone yelling at each other, yelling their names at each other, and I thought they were like rolling down the kitchen, like, and smashing into each other, fist fighting. And then Michelle went. I said to Michelle, "Go down and see what these guys are doing." I didn't know what was going on, and at the time, and then once I heard Michelle down there, and I heard the word fire, and I'm like, "Okay." Then I got some clothes on. By the time I got down there, they already had it out, like outside. Everything was outside. The only thing I did was come down and make sure the stove was disconnected. And then, of course, the whole house was just billowing with smoke, and we had to make sure everybody got out. So we got to make sure we got everybody out safely. And yeah, we just acted quickly. And quite honestly, the heroes of the story were Joshua and Michelle. They're the one that got it out. Unfortunately, they had to suffer the consequences of getting burned, but yeah, the fire department was super, super professional. Those guys were awesome. All the people, all the first responders that got there, they were awesome. Led the way, did everything very quick, clean, efficient, everything. They didn't leave until everybody was taken care of. Every nook and cranny of the house was taken care of. They didn't shortchange on anything. So my tip my hat to those. Where our tax dollars go. I mean, certainly for first responders, thank God we live in a country where with just a dial of 3 digits, people be there in minutes, seconds.
They were there, like, I would say less than 5 minutes.
Oh gosh, yeah, they were all, and there was an abundance of them. So.
Yeah, six fire trucks, 3
they don't mess around.
Cruisers, police cruisers, and 2 ambulances. So it was very, very a quick response. And not only that, but like you said, I mean, even though the fire occurred around 11:45 p.m. But they were there till 2 a.m. Even one guy from the fire department, he helped us.
Yeah, they stuck around.